All right. I think we are in fact live here, and this is the Drones Singularity EP. I've never heard of drones. I will say that right now. I've never heard of drones. I don't know whether this artist is a dubstep artist or typically does heavier stuff or has always been a melodic type person. So I have basically no expectations going into this. I basically listened to the teaser once through just to generally see what I'd be getting into, and piqued my interest enough to do a reaction. At this point I'm becoming the Rushdown reaction guy anyways, so I figured might as well. So yeah, I guess here we'll just start things off by going into the first song, Synthetic. Nice. Interesting, alright. What are we getting ourselves into?
Program.
Smooth, vibey. Like, wasn't overly impressed by the sound design and whatnot in the drop, but it's just overall just very smooth and vibey. So I definitely appreciate that. And this section after the drop is really, really nice. Ooh, that snare. Ooh. All right. Back to this. Interesting. Like the general Foley stuff happening around that stereoized. It's nice. I feel like I don't talk enough about percussion and other stuff on these reaction vids enough, so give it some props and kudos where I need to now.
Terminating program.
I'm just gonna stop it right here to say I feel like this song's definitely somewhat convexity inspired. I know it's like, oh, it's you just say it's convexity because it has kind of jazzy-esque kind of chords and whatnot. But I mean, from that to the snare to just some of the sound design in general as well. I mean, it's like if rather than convexity being 90s CRT TV inspired stuff, it was more modernized. If it was more modernized, it'd sound like this, rather than going for that nostalgic 90s kind of vibe that convexity does. So it kind of feels more like a modernized convexity in that kind of standpoint. Yeah, I like this part though. That I like that. That was a bit deeper. It was nice. And of course, the snare. Yeah, definitely not bad by any means, but I probably wouldn't add that song to my playlist just off first listen. But it's a decent introduction to this artist in general. For me, it's good quality sounding stuff by all means. I mean, Rushdown really wouldn't sign it unless wasn't. I mean, I was okay. I was about to make a dig at. Okay, I'm gonna stop myself. All right, Singularity, the title track. This is also a pretty short thing. This is only 5 songs, 13 minutes, 27 seconds. So 3 minute, 24-second song, 2 minute, 12-second song, 3:10, 2:16. So 3 songs with not a song over 3:30, but 3 songs under 2:30 here. So some relatively short EP. And also, hello, Maxwell. I did see you. I just didn't acknowledge you yet. Sorry. Definitely getting a more space kind of vibe from this. Oh. All right, let's see it. Again, it's the section after the drop, after the drop that I like more than the actual drop itself. I was not really enamored with that drop. That it just didn't do anything for me. That like the general flow of it, whatnot, just was kind of nah. But this part after it's a little bit more unique, has a little something extra to it. Nice. Yeah. I really don't know, especially since this is 2:12. Is there really gonna be another drop to this? There's like less than 30 seconds left. It feels like we're building up to something, but I know nothing's gonna happen, really. Unless... So a one-drop song with an extended intro and outro. Or not really extended intro, but extended outro. What... For a title track to the EP, that was extremely disappointing. I hold the title track up to a little bit more regards, because if you're naming a 5-song EP after a single song that's on the EP, you have to hold that song in decently high regard, right? That didn't do anything for me pretty much at all. I mean, even that section after the drop that I was talking about, that was better than drop. Still, I kind of got tired of it by the end. By the end of the section, I wasn't like piqued my interest at first, but I don't know. Let's hope the back half of the EP, you know, the middle to the back half, 3 to 5. Let's hope that's a bit better. Neural patterns with deep rumor. I haven't heard deep rumor either, so. I mean, in general, I do like the opening atmospheres of these songs so far. Synthetic Singularity, and you know, I've listened to like 5 seconds of this, but I like the intros and whatnot, but the drops just don't really do anything for me. And I mean, just okay. I like that layered kind of pluck in this part of the drop. First part of I don't know. This is a bit better than, you know, the stuff in Singularity to me, but I don't know at this point. Feels a little somewhat all over the place in some degree. That part, you know, switching back and forth from different things and structuring kind of being a bit interesting there. Um, yeah, Maxwell, this is this is different is a good way to put it. Yeah, I mean, overall the ideas of that second part of the drop were pretty cool. Again, I don't know if I like the way it was arranged or structured, but still pretty interesting, pretty different, pretty cool to hear. Nevertheless. Okay. All right. I mean, it kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe I wasn't listening close enough, but it felt like that was a bit of a copy paste in the first drop. And now that I've heard that you know, drop basically twice now, it's I say if I were to add any song off this right now that I've heard, you know, out of the first three to my playlist, this would be the one out of the three. And hello Odo Nico, by the way. See you in chat. Thanks for dropping in. And yeah, so yeah, this was second. You know, it's. I guess we'll just continue. And hey, pixelation as well. Overall, just not super impressed by the first three songs. Third song, like I said, it's the what I'd add out of the three. Parallax. Oh, hold up. Add first. Let's just refresh the browser. It should literally just no ad now. Okay, so there is already a song called Parallax on like the second to last EP that was dropped. You know, Kiro's EP, and then there was Convexity's EP. And it's funny because I made the comparison to Convexity earlier, with what synthetic sounded like, and just kind of the chord choices over the next two songs as well, and some of the, I guess, snare work. But yeah, Parallax by Convexity was probably my favorite or second favorite song. I don't know, that and Spectral Flux with Kiro were both really highly rated by me on the Convexity EP, the Timeless EP. So let's see if this Parallax is also good. I hope so. Again, another short song. Like these chords so far. All right, hope this is good.
Parallax.
I like how it kind of plays more towards the chord progression in the second part of the drop. That first part, again, wasn't doing too much for me. The second part, again, second part again is doing a bit more for me. Is this going to be another extended outro? Another one drop song with an extended outro? All right, another song, very short with an extended outro. Again, this is just I don't know. This EP is just a bunch of mehs for me, just a whole bunch of meh. It's nothing is particularly bad in this. I'm just not a fan of the general structure, especially the songs that are literally the two songs on here, Singularity and Parallax, I believe, right? Let me check. Yeah, both the 2-minute 12, 2-minute 16. Both the songs that basically are just intro, drop, extended outro. I like at least 2 drops in my songs, unless that first drop is like insanely blowing my mind, and the intro and outro are like really really good. But so far this is just meh. It's not bad. It's just not anywhere close to where I'd add any of these to my playlist so far. But hopefully we can change that with Reminiscent. Also, hey Omnitroid, yeah. All right, Reminiscent, the last song in the EP. This one is also short, 2:24. Too short for my taste. Yeah, I just off the first few seconds here, I know we're 9 seconds in. I already like this better than a lot of the other openers. I like how it's a bit more happy, a little more plucky, you know. Oh. I feel like I'm in a video game. Just with some of the, I don't know, this is like feels nostalgic, reminiscent, you know. Adds up to the name. Change of pace here, though. There we go. Yeah, I thought the main issue with the first part of the drop is that there's just not enough melodic. Because I talked about how I liked the melodic elements of the intro, and then none of them were barely anything were used except for some short chord stabs here and there in that first part of the drop, and yeah, it's basically rhythm, future rhythm, that type of stuff. This is a bit better. Yeah, like that second drop is nice. Second part of the drop is way better. Exactly. Again, I like these chords and melodics and how they're nostalgic, reminiscent. Made me feel like a video game, like an older video game, but then it takes the turn. And you can see if, like, on my face when I reacted to that part. Yeah, and of course there's no second. Yeah, I mean you see the length of the thing. There's the 212, 216, 224. They're all three of the tracks are just intro, drop, extended outro. In this case, I don't mind an extended outro, but just the first part of the drop, first part of the drop is just. I don't know. This EP is. Let me just let it ring out here. Yeah, this EP is just a whole bunch of meh. So hi, Elia, and let me read some of these comments first. I wish Singularity was longer drops. I really like it and would be good as a VIP. I think I just need a lot of these. I just don't like the first in pretty much like 4 out of 5 of these songs. I think, or maybe all 5, maybe 3 out of 5. I don't know. And a lot of these songs, what the case is, I don't like the first part of the drop, but the second part of the drop I like a bit more, or I makes it a little bit better. But just the first part of the drop just sets a bad taste in your mouth, and by the time the second part of the drop comes around, you're like, would I really add this to my playlist though? Because the first part of the drop exists. It's exactly that for Reminiscent here. If the first part of the drop was better, or if the entire drop was just the second part of the drop, it'd be a bit redundant, just having the same thing over and over. But I'd probably add Reminiscent to my playlist in that case, because the second part of the drop was just so much better than the first part. But the fact that it's a 2-minute 24-part song, 2 minute 24-second song, and I don't like, basically a quarter of the song, I'm not gonna add it to my playlist. The songs are too short here. I think, I can see what you're going for in some regards, but if you're doing a really really short track, I don't know, either the structuring needs to be really good, in which case I'm not a huge fan of just intro, drop, extended outro. But if you do that, all the sections need to be really really good. And the fact that I don't like, you know, the first part of the drop on a lot of these, it just immediately axes it down and having any chance of, being like a good song in my mind. All these are just meh. I mean, there's nothing I really just don't like, despise. I wouldn't. This wouldn't be, I don't want to say torture listening to this, but it wouldn't. If someone just played this, I wouldn't tell them to turn it off because it's not bad by any regard. But it's not. It's not something I'd replay. It's not something I'd ever just put on myself because I just have no. There's no need for me to listen to this. I feel like it's harsh, but I mean that's what I do. I come up here, I react to it live, I give my fresh opinions, and I give my honest opinion. Let me read more of these comments. The one I liked was Reminiscent. I mean, yeah, like I said, Reminiscent is the closest to being a playlist ad by the first part of the drop. Yeah. You face had a bro look to it. Yep. This EP would make more sense on Disciple. No. If this were to drop on any label, I think this Rushdown had to be it. I'm just not generally a fan. I mean, Disciple, I could see this possibly being on like an Afterlife volume. I mean, they've only made two of them, but I could possibly see this being on an Afterlife volume. I wasn't a huge fan of some of the songs on the Afterlife volume, so I could see this being on there, especially the more rhythm-esque oriented ones. Melodic rhythm-esque. I'm a fan of some melodic rhythm in some degree, but just the way this was done, yeah. This sounds like, well, in some degree, it sounds like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go on with that. The other ones were met, yeah. I love the drop in Singularity, but everything else is about, yeah. I mean, the second part of the drop in Singularity, probably my favorite drop, part of a drop off this, but yeah, it's more of a rhythmish vibe than a color base. I mean, the thing is that color base is such a broad umbrella term. You have, stuff like Killin' Void, Killing Void's The Gate VIP, which is drum and bass, but that's color bass, and then also like Duplicity by Convexity. I think that's the song which is color bass, and color bass basically is anything time you add like a certain amount of it's that kind of specific sound design applied to different genres. So you can have color bass that's drum and bass. You can have color bass in more of a future bass or melodic dubstep type of song. You can have kind of like Out My Head VIP by Sharks. You can have stuff like what was it, Blossom by Nasco off of Color Bass Volume 3. I think that's the track where that's melodic rhythm that I like. That's it's color based because it has those kind of color based elements. So yeah, like I said, really color based is a bass type, not a genre exactly. If it was Disciple, this would need to sound more heavy. I agree with that. Yeah, otherwise this would just have to be on Afterlife Volume 3 or whatever. So I'm glad that I'm having this discussion with chat about about stuff. It's nice to have an EP reaction, especially when there's a lot to talk about of how things that I'm not just a fan. It's not like this is leaving me speechless because I do have a lot to say on this just after first listen, which I basically said all of that. So I'm probably just gonna end this reaction stream off. Mez across the board here. I'd probably give it a 6 because giving it a 5 would be too harsh. Just all first listen, 6 out of 10. You know, like I said, nothing's bad here. Just nothing I would re-listen to at all. So maybe a 5.5 to a 6, something like that. Who's your favorite Rushdown producer besides Kiro? Even though he's only released one song, possibly Haphazard, the Legend. Just because after that he released his album, which is then just blowing my mind and still continuing to do so. Um, yeah, I mean, I have a main playlist that I have on SoundCloud that's available on my account called Stream Playlist 4, and I added like 6 out of basically 9 songs of his album to the playlist, which is nearly unheard of. The only other album which I've added 6 songs from is Simulation by Virtual Riot. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been listening to that much Rushdown. I mean, I pretty much listened to every single Rushdown release since maybe Color Base Volume 3. I basically kind of gotten into it from Convexity's Timequake EP, then took a listen to some of the songs off of maybe Color Base Volume 2. And then I really started to get more into it when I heard New Colors Volume 5, in which case introduced me to Kiro, you know, yeah, Kiro Comic-Con, Aleps, I'm forgetting. But yeah, I haven't been listening too long. So, Zim. I don't think I listened to much of his EP when that dropped. And Paper Skies. Paper Skies came into my Color Base Volume 3 reaction after I'd already reacted to his song, and I called one section of I forget what the song on Color Base Volume 3 is called, but I reacted to the one section and I said it was meh low dub, meh MEH low dub, because I just thought that some of the sounds were some of the melodub sols were just really, really poor quality, and called it melodub and made fun of it for fun of me for that later, which I found funny. But yeah, can beatbox color. Okay. There's only one album I've added to my playlist is Temanite's Raid's Black Flag. I don't think I've listened to much Temanite. I don't know. The first EP I heard was LM. Gotcha. I think I need to listen to more of LM stuff. I've only probably heard one LM track. Probably. I don't know. To be honest, IDK is my favorite. Yeah. I mean, Kiro is probably my clear passage. Convexity's up there, obviously. And yeah, Haphazard, the legend, the GOAT. I remember that. Hyperlight EP. All right. Well, like I said, it's been fun talking with chat here, but I don't like making these reaction streams too long, because I still I have these uploaded to my channel at post stream. To kind of act as sort of a video. I don't have an extended intro where I talk to chat, I just jump right into it, kind of make it like a video, but not edited and with chatters. So I do have to end the stream now. Thank you everybody for joining it and talking with me, here at the end. But yeah, overall, EP, meh. Sorry, Dronez, if you somehow come across this video, but sorry, not sorry. Honest opinion, brutally honest, whatever. But yeah, thank you, Max Wild, Odo Nico, Pixelation, Omnitroid, Alaya, everybody who came in here, and yeah, Heroes Hurricane. Not sure if he has something Hurricane. Anyway, yeah, see you guys. All right, yeah.